Have you ever set out for a dog training session thinking everything would go smoothly, only for things to completely fall apart? Maybe you were planning to work on something simple, like teaching your dog to sit-stay, but when you get started, they get distracted, are running around and just not listening. That's frustrating, right? Here's the important part. Even when things do not go as planned, your dog is still learning. And the really important question is, what exactly are they learning? Let's say you have planned a basic training goal for your dog, such as working on a sit-stay at the park. But then your dog wants nothing to do with the exercise. They are sniffing, they're looking at people, they're pulling on the leash. And you think, I just want them to sit-stay for a few minutes. Why is this so hard? At this point, it's easy to feel like you just have to push through. Maybe you're determined to get that perfect stay, even if your dog is not quite ready. But here's the catch. If you force it, your dog will end up rehearsing behaviors you do not want them to learn, like breaking the stay and ignoring you. They will leave their spot, get distracted, and start moving around. And unfortunately, that's exactly what they will start to rehearse and ingrain. How do you not let them rehearse the unwanted behaviors? The key is adaptability. Training should always be a success for your dog, even if it does not go the way you planned. Because no matter what, your dog is always learning something. And your number one goal is to make sure they're learning the right things. If your dog cannot hold that stay, do not force it. Instead, think about what your dog can do. Maybe they're able to stay for only a second or two. That's progress and something that you can reward. Or maybe you have to switch gears and practice something different and easier, such as a hand touch or attention game, or even some food chasing. If you do this, they are still learning something positive. It's always much better to change your training plan and go to something easier that your dog can succeed at than to keep on pushing for that very hard skill and letting them rehearse failure. So, always ask yourself, how can I make this a success for my dog today? The idea is to lower your expectations if necessary. Instead of focusing on a goal your dog cannot meet, focus on something they can do. It is your number one priority as a trainer to make sure that your dog learns something good from every single training session and does not rehearse all the stuff you do not want them to do. Your goal is not always to meet that perfect target you set. It is to make sure your dog feels successful and engaged. Every time you can reward them for something good, that's a win. Dog training is not about achieving perfection in every session. It is about achieving some positive goal and some level of progress in every session. So, if the perfect sit-stay at the park does not happen today, that's okay. You can focus on a quick game or other exercise instead. What matters is that your dog is always learning in a way that helps them move forward. As trainers, we need to be flexible. And that can be hard if we have set our eyes on a specific training goal for a session. But we need to read the situation and adapt our goals based on what our dog is ready to do today. When we do this, we can make every single training session valuable and productive. Your dog will feel successful, and you will avoid the frustration that comes from trying to force something that's just not gonna happen. Remember, your dog is always learning something. If your goals are out of your dog's reach, they will rehearse disengaging, running away, refusing your rewards, and just failing. But if you can adapt your goals and make them easy enough that your dog can succeed, they will learn something positive that will bring you forward in the long run. If things do not go as planned, it's always okay to adjust your goals to fit what your dog can do that day. Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help you out with training. And now wish you a lot of success with goal setting.